Imagine a situation. You have a lot of work. Mostly, I'm talking about schoolwork, but you don't feel like doing it. You know that the assignment is coming closer. You know that the exam is will be anytime, given to you anytime soon. But you just don't care. You feel like you would rather just sit around and do nothing, or you'd rather play your game, or you'd rather just relax rather than spend time on the boring schoolwork that you found interesting when the school was going on last year, or when you had to go to school. But now that you're sitting at home all the time, you're not actually feeling motivated to do anything. If you are the one who is going through this at this point of time, don't worry. You're not alone. You're not the only one. There are tons of people going through this. I personally have gone through this. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss some of the things that might help you identify the reasons behind this and some of the ways that I use in order to get over this motivation slump. And maybe these methods will be useful to you. Okay. So, I'm just talking about this COVID time, this coronavirus time, of why one might feel the lack of motivation. The first and the most important thing is that you might be stuck at your home most of the day, and everything that you used to do in order to go outside, like going to school, playing, and now you have to now confine it to the four walls around you, and things can get boring as a result of it. Trust me, I'm going through the same thing. Another reason is that maybe one of your parents has lost their jobs during this particular situation. And this can be a stressful time, and that might not help you be motivated about anything else. It might be that somebody whom you love, your family member, somebody you care about, might be sick during this time, and that can be stressful, and that can cause lack of motivation to do your schoolwork or your assignments. Now, I know there are some difficult times, and there are some difficult things that people might need to work through in order to um, get over the other stresses that you're feeling. But I'm talking about the time that if you have decided that you are going to want to pay attention back to your studies, and you want to go ahead, but you're feeling a motivation slump, then what are the techniques that you can do to get over that slump? So one of the things that I would say that you know, I realized was that whenever you have your school or whenever you go to work, you have a set schedule generally given to you. In the sense that, say your school is from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You generally have to go there. There's a system in place to put you in that environment. And once you're in that environment, learning happens. Now, whether you like it or not, so you might be sleepy or fresh during that day, you are forced and put into the environment. But when the same situation happens and you are at home, it might be difficult to push yourself and motivate yourself, because home is a place where you generally relax. Home is a place where you rest, talk with your family members, and now you suddenly have to do the things that you were supposed, that you used to do at school or you used to do at coaching center. Now you have to do it all at home, which you did not associate with learning. The second thing that you lost in the same first point is that the lack of schedule. What has ended up happening is that because there is nobody setting a set time, a set schedule for you to say that, okay, you have to be doing a learning activity during this time, you might be trying to study at the times when you generally are not ready to study, or you might be spending time maybe entertaining yourself or being on your phone when you used to study. And so when it's 3 p.m. and generally when you relaxed beforehand, if you try to study at the time, you might be feeling lack of motivation as a result of it. So what I would recommend in this point of time is try to remember what your earlier schedule was before the lockdown, before all this started, and try to use that schedule to say that, okay, between 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., this is my time for learning. I'm going to be putting myself in situations where I will have no distractions and I will focus on making sure that I'm motivated. making sure that I am paying attention to the work that I need to do. And once you put yourself in that situation, you have to psych up your mind and tell yourself that, nope, I am going to be motivated. I am going to make this thing interesting for me. And once you tell yourself that, your mind will start thinking about it and it will try to find ways of how to make things interesting for you. So, what I would say is, lack of motivation or not, a schedule is important. And so, identifying times in the day when you used to be productive, used to be working, and putting them and forcibly making sure that you are in a schedule where on that time of the day, I am just setting my attention to being productive and being motivated doing it. To wrap up, I would say that you need to tackle this motivation problem with three things. Add a structure to your day so that there will be a time that you're learning and there will be time when you're relaxing or doing other things. The second thing is remove distractions during that time and make sure that the entire environment in the structured learning time is um, helping you towards your motivation, not distracting you into other things. And the last thing is tell your brain to find motivation from inside, find ways, creative ways to make the tasks that you're doing interesting. And once your brain is given that task to find and make things interesting, it will start coming up with solutions. So remember these three things. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me and I would love to discuss more about it. Awesome. Thanks. Have a great day.